This is A-Game, fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about why Black women actually hate solutions, because one of the things that I find that happens very commonly in this YouTube space that we are in is that when the conversations become a little too involved, a little too in-depth, uncovering too many uncomfortable truths, too many different perspectives and different nuances to the dysfunction of Black women, you'll often hear, well, what are the solutions? You'll hear somebody will pipe up either on a panel or in a chat room somewhere and talk about, well, what are the solutions? We understand the problem, but what about the solutions? And I find that to be an interesting thing. And to be honest with you, I find it to be cap. That's cap. Asking for, let's just call a thing a thing. Coming through asking for solutions is nothing but a smoke screen so that everybody can stop talking about you. Stop talking about the things that you do or the things that you know your friends do or other women that you know do. And that's really what the long and short of it. Because the reality is they don't want, nor do they like, solutions to commonly identify issues that exist in the Black community that they have something to do with it. And the reason why they don't like solutions, the reason why you know they don't like solutions is because they don't even want the problem to be properly explored when it comes to them. Then we have that whole shaming thing about, well, Black men are sitting around just talking about women. What kind of men just sit around and talk about women? Straight ones? Straight men sit around and talk about women? Straight heterosexual Black men that got a problem with these women talk about the women. And it's not just talking about the women. And see, I don't like that. Let me just go in for a little bit. I don't like that you just sitting around talking about women all day situation, because that's just a part of that whole sign language deal. The shame, the insult, the guilt, and the need to be right. That's all that's about. That's about, let me try to shame you. Let me try to call you on the slide, say that you being feminine by sitting around talking about women, and they say it in a way as if the men are just gossiping. Like all that has gone on, all of the collective experiences that the men have had that shape this space we call the manosphere, it's all just a bunch of cackling hens sitting around the hen house and gossiping and getting their nails done at the same time. And it's a dismissal summarily of every concern that Black men have by not going into any of the true nuances and drilling down to the causes of the problems that's being had. And it's another thing that I don't like. I don't like it when the brothers take up that same talking point. Well, men don't need to sit around and talk about women all day. It's not just about talking about women. It's not just about, oh, my baby mama this or that, or whatever, and just these surface level issues. We're actually having deeper issues, not deeper issues. We're actually having deeper conversations about the issue and not just staying at the surface. Well, we don't like child support. We don't like the way that certain things go down in, the society. We don't like the way certain things go down on the interaction between black men and black women. Like, we understand that point, but at the same time, we're not gonna just molly trot and foxtrot over all of the stuff that black women as a collective have done to add to the dysfunction and the downfall of the black community. There is no way that we as a people have failed and flailed this badly, and it's only the men. The women are perfect and the men are horrible. Because that is what these hyenas will have you believe, that the women are perfect. I have yet to hear a large group of black women on any social media platform say, you know what, ladies, we did contribute to this problem, and we contributed to the problem in the following ways. And any woman that actually would say that is to be termed a pick-me and a mammy and all of these other derogatory names that like to be associated with a woman that acknowledges and recognizes that black women also have a part to play in what has gone on in the so-called black community, as it were. So I don't really like that. And then they're coming in and asking for solutions. That's just a real slick way to try to get folks to stop talking about the problem. Because if solutions are really talked about, because solutions are actually talked about on this channel. When I talk to y'all about the 10 life values, okay? When I talk to y'all about the 10 life values success system, I am talking about a set of solutions. I am not just sitting here talking out of the side of my neck for my health. I am talking about what we can do today on an individual day-to-day basis to correct the issues that are going on in our lives, in our homes, in our families, in our workplaces, and everywhere else that we are encountering issues. So we are talking about the solutions, but don't nobody want to hear the solutions that we have, because the solutions that we have require change. It requires accountability. It requires responsibility for your own actions. It requires the discipline necessary in order to make the changes that you need to make in order to see different outcomes and different results in your life. That is what a solution is. A solution means you don't get to be comfortable anymore. A solution means you have to come out of your comfort zone and do something else and go against maybe things that you've long held or long believed, and understand that there is a falsehood in them things and that you need to accept the truth in order to change what you're doing. But the real reason why they don't like solutions is because of the change. And the real reason why they don't like the change is because that takes them out of the victimhood situation. Because if you change, that means you're no longer a victim, and now you have to accept accountability and responsibility for that which you do, because you know better, and now you're encouraged and incentivized to do better. So you don't get to backslide and act like you don't know once you know. That's why they don't like any changes, not any real changes. They like superficial changes, not anything that requires them to actually work and to actually change their mindset and to actually change the behavior on a day-to-day basis for themselves. The other thing about making changes is that it indicates that not only was the previous behavior wrong, but that they could have controlled their response and didn't. So what I mean by that is, if you change, you recognize that what I was doing before was incorrect. And if I'm able to change it now to do something correct, that means I had the power at that time to not engage. Thus doing what? Removing me from the victimhood status. And above all, these hyenas never want to be taken out of the victimhood status, because that allows them to do every manner of chaos and tomfoolery that they can think of without being held accountable to it. They don't have to be held accountable to anything. You can just say, hey, I'm just doing what I got to do. or I'm just reacting to the things that's going on around me, as if women, grown adult women, are not actively and consciously participating in their own lives. So 1 minute she's a grown woman that can tell you what to do and tell you what's what, boop, 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 she can do all of that. And in the next minute, she's this infantile child that doesn't know any better, and life just happens to her, and she isn't able to control any of her impulses. She just reacts rather than responds. And she's right about it, because if her feelings is a certain way, then that makes every decision she makes based on them feelings completely legit. Boop. If you don't knock that off, your feelings don't make all your actions legit. What's wrong with y'all? So then they come through, and we need to have some solutions. You know, all of this stuff about black men and black women, you know what I'm saying, being at odds with each other. Don't no other group do this on social media but black people, as if there is not a Dwight Manosphere that completely exists. All you got to do is type it in. Your beloved Zaddy be going in. He be going in on his women, and he still don't want you. Boop. Anyway, so the asking for the solutions is a cap and a smoke screen, because what it really is that when they come in and call for solutions and say black men and women got to get together, that's just hyena ease. That's just back feet ease for shut up talking about me, talk about something else that I deem approved for you to talk about, because I didn't give you permission to talk about me and my ills and my woes and my problems, because I have you know, sir, that I don't have any problems. I am a black woman. I am perfect. I'm a queen. I'm a goddess. Okay. And I'm above you. I'm above you. So you don't have a right to critique and criticize anything that I'm doing. That's what that means. And then also the other side of that is the wanting for men to stop talking about any issues that they're having with women by trying to shame them away from talking about it. And they want the men to move on through the conversation without her ever even acknowledging her own detrimental behaviors and actions towards the community, and all the ways that she has been detrimental, and all the ways that her mindset continues to be dangerous. Just want you to foxtrot and molly trot right on over there. Want you to paso doble right on over it, and just get to talking about something else. But don't find a real solution, because if you find a real solution, then that means I got to change. The microscope is back on me. See, the whole point of them coming in talking about, well, men talking about, it's effeminate for men to be talking about women all day. Since when? Since when have men, straight men, not talked about women all day? Whether it was a good thing, a bad thing, a sexual thing, since when? I want to know the group of heterosexual men that get together and women don't come up as a topic. And I hate to see when the brothers talk about it in a certain light and in a certain way. Sometimes that comment can be appropriate, but at other times it's like, please don't take on gynocratic talking points. These gynocrat hyena talking points, trying to get the men to shut up, because that's actually one thing that they hate about the internet, is that men have access to it and are able to say what they actual experiences are. And this is the problem of black women wanting to come in and talk about, y'all talking about women all day. Y'all need to talk about solutions and get money, because that's what they value. That's what they value. They value money and men that's getting money and all, because it just takes the microscope off of them. And once you take the microscope off of them, they able to, continue with all forms of chaos and treachery and dysfunction that they was doing before. And nobody knows anything. Nobody says anything. The whole issue is black women are trying to put the cat back in the bag, but he out now. He out, he running around, he jumping on stuff, and he's scratching. The cat is out of the bag. He ain't going back in. And there's no amount of kitty snacks you can throw in that bag, make him go back. We know who you are. You are who we thought you were. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to this channel if you have not. Once again, I am your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.